Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Like that, like that. State of the
Just like
Cowboys. Me and my dog Law in the house. I know y'all might be out there watching everybody else. Everybody else is live, and they are doing their thing. Salutes to all of them. But if you want to come in here and listen to that good voices up in here. I can't top Law, but mine's kind of good too. But it ain't Law's.
oh man,
But
you got it going on, fam.
yeah, I'm saying, what I'm saying. I got a little bit. I feel like I got the radio voice. And look, I got the radio voice. You know what I'm saying? I can come like that. You feel me? But
Yeah,
I ain't got
yeah.
the Law Nation voice. You feel me? I ain't got the Law Nation voice.
No, you got it, fam. What's been going on with you though, man?
Man, dog, just been chilling, man. Just doing the grind, just seeing how these Cowboys doing, living life.
Hmm.
s- Seeing how the kids working, just doing film.
Right.
That's been love when we've been doing that film with all 22. That's been dope.
Chopping it
So
up, man. Giving
chopping
everybody
it
all
up,
of the angles, man.
all the angles, chopping it up. Just would have been doing that, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
having a good time with it. How about yourself?
Man, likewise, same way, man. Waiting for this draft to kick off. But before we do anything with the draft, seeing where the Cowboys getting their mind right, especially with the Dak Prescott saga. A lot of people got their preconceived notion of Dak Prescott and
Hmm.
us with this channel and everything. But
Hmm.
I want you to rip the band-aid off, man. You know how we go. We go gutter
Yeah.
with it, man, all
I,
way.
I mean, I was thinking on the way. I talked about it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about it. Yes, shout out to everybody jumping in the building. You know how we do out here,
I see them
going
heavy.
live
They
on
heavy.
going live on both channels. We know how we doing. But I was just thinking, Law. I was
Mm-hmm.
driving on the way home, and I've been thinking about this Dak Prescott thing. And I said yesterday that I said finally out of my mouth, I don't think they are signing him. I've been
Right.
thinking it for a long time that they weren't going to. Remember when before the season was over, and they're like, "What do you think about Dak getting signed?" I was always like, I
Mm.
don't know. It's fifty
Yep.
fifty with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not believing it until I see it. And then I just got to
Mm-hmm.
thinking when now you hear this news of this Mike Basic guy. People been sending me stuff, information. Shout out to my guy Jamie
Right.
Okea and people out there saying that ankle may not never be the same now, and he may never be the same, and he may not get the contract. He's looking for from not even Dallas, from other people because of the ankle. And I found it's funny how all this stuff is coming out now when negotiations to get a big
Mm-hmm.
deal, and it's just convenient how this stuff is popping off about Dak. And I just felt like when I looked at it in 2016
Right.
and he came on the scene, they brought him in to, and even then he didn't even get the nod. Kellen Moore got the nod before him. You feel me? They had Kellen Moore get the nod before him, and he got hurt, and then Dak comes in, right? Dak tears it
Mm-hmm.
up, right? So they're like, okay, we like that. The next year comes and he regresses,
Mm.
falls back, they feel maybe falls off. Zeke is not there in them 6 games, and Dak couldn't carry him, right?
Right.
So then we get to what, 2018. We saw the first half of the season was not good,
Mm.
right? We was
Right.
struggling. 3-5 was struggling. We got them Amari Cooper, but people still wasn't believing in Dak. And you remember, Law, people still wasn't believing in Dak when we came back and went to them playoffs. You feel me? They
Right.
wasn't still believing him, and I don't believe the Cowboys were still believing in him because Zeke wasn't there. And
Mm-hmm.
then when Zeke did come back in 2018, he was really running that ball, and we were not good. So then 2019 comes, Law. Zeke holds out, right?
Right.
If you got a franchise quarterback that you love, right?
Right.
You ain't tripping on a running back.
Definitely not.
If you had an Aaron Rodgers, you think if you had an Aaron Rodgers, you'd be bugging out if your top running back sat out? Nope, I got Aaron Rodgers. I'm good. Give me another running back. We good.
Mm.
We still got receiving core and all that. But Dallas panicked. You know why?
Why is that?
They didn't believe.
Ooh.
That's why they panicked. Because if they
Right.
didn't have Ezekiel Elliott, we don't believe Dak can take us all the way without Ezekiel Elliott. We
Mm.
got to sign Zeke, right? So
Man, you're right
then
on the money.
Dak goes and balls out, right? Okay, you did that, but Jason Garrett ain't here no more. Now we got a new coach. And we ain't gonna give you that deal because we got to see you with McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna tag you. Well, let's see you one more year with McCarthy. One more. You did all right, but we still didn't win games.
We didn't.
We
We
still
didn't
didn't
win
win
any games.
games. And when you and before the year before that, we didn't win games until we got Amari. And the year before that, we didn't win games. We didn't make the playoffs.
Mm. And I don't think that the Joneses know and understand the total picture of letting a Cowboy player walk and not get nothing in return, and especially sinking $30 million last season in 1 year to see whether or not that guy can and can't do it. And he starts off so on fire. But we had historically bad defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we get labels, and I did an episode on labeling because a lot of people like to put people in boxes, right? They say, okay, this is all this person can do. This is all Big Game James will ever do, right? This
Mm-hmm.
is all Law will ever be able to do. But the problem is with this Big Game James and all of the Dallas Cowboys people that don't like Dak Prescott. This same issue been going on for over 5 years, over 10 years, 15 years. Let me know if I'm wrong, Big Game James.
I mean, this has been going on, but which like I said, Law.
Mm.
I just look at a pattern. This is just my opinion. I see a pattern where y'all don't believe in them
Mm.
because y'all panicked when y'all if y'all had a dog quarterback. Because let's ask this: when Romo, remember 2014,
Right.
and I know Murray was a little bit older. He was going into 26 and he had some injuries. But remember, that was that
Mm-hmm.
2014. He just came off a crazy year.
Right.
Running game, we was talking about the triplets and doing the thing. He came up for that contract, and they was like, no, no, no. Now, were they tripping about that? Because they were like, we got Romo though. We still
Mm-hmm.
got a quarterback and we got Dez. We'll be okay. We get a running back because we can get a running back because we got our franchise quarterback.
Right.
So we good. Go ahead and walk, Murray. Bye. You feel me? But when Ezekiel came, he was like, "I'm holding out. Nah, you run this offense because we don't think Dak can do this by himself. So we need to get you in here and sign you."
Mm.
2020, like I said, and when and that year we didn't win.
Right.
Once again, that can go on the quarterback. Everybody's gonna look at the quarterback. Now you go into 2020, like I said, you could sign him, but man, I don't know. I don't. You ain't. I don't. Where is it showing that you the franchise? I'm thinking like from their perspective, where they can try to spin this crap, and
Mm-hmm.
then they come like, oh, let's see you do it again with McCarthy. Then you get hurt. Oh, now you're hurt. Okay, well, you still our guy. So we say, oh, you got ankle surgery, 2 ankle surgery. We ain't thinking about you, our guy, because we like you.
Mm.
We don't love you. We like
And,
you,
and
but we
people
don't
fail to
love
realize that part of it. You know, like is different. It's a whole lot different from love, man.
you.
It
Like
is.
and love is different. And I ain't committing to somebody I like. I'm gonna commit to somebody I love. You feel me? So y'all ain't liking him. Y'all liking him, but y'all ain't loving him. So Dak, you don't think Dak ain't seeing that? So Dak like, okay, let me go ahead and sign all these deals.
Mm.
Chunky deal, this deal, that deal, that deal. I need to get bread. Oh no, and oh by the way, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sign that franchise tag and get 33 mil for that first year. I'm that 1 year because
Mm-hmm.
maybe I don't think y'all believe in me either. So when this and then I'm telling you, when I seen them sign that beer deal with Budweiser, I don't know if
Right.
that's a sign, but dag on it, Budweiser, the
Mm.
official drink for Dallas Cowboys is Miller Lite. So that to me is saying you sign a mega deal with Budweiser. That's saying to me that Dak knows or I'm watching my back. So if I don't sign with y'all, Budweiser can rock with the Jaguars, the Texans over here, this and that. It can do it with everything else. But if I sign with Miller Lite or something like that, I'm tied to the Cowboys and I ain't tied to the Cowboys. And also, when that deal was coming up
Mm-hmm.
for Dak, he switched agents and he went with the Todd France because he probably said, I'm going to get paid. And so maybe the Joneses are like, you should be grateful like Romo was. You should be grateful like Romo because Romo was undrafted and look what we did for Romo. So Romo took the money. He was grateful. You won a 4-year deal. Look what we did for you. We're the Dallas Cowboys. We're not giving you a 4-year deal. You get what I'm saying, Law?
Man, you hitting it right on the money, man. And it's one of those things where this is not us begging for the Cowboys to go sign Dak Prescott.
It's just what I'm feeling.
This is more so of us sitting there saying, okay, if you didn't believe in Dak Prescott, figure out a way to wheel and deal. Figure out a way to get more and more picks. Figure out a way to get the trade opposition or acquisition, I meant to say, and get some things get some traction going on. But the problem is with the Cowboys, they hold on to players too long and they get rid of players and do not get nothing in return. We don't get the benefits of what we see from other teams. Now, the thing is, I look at the situation with Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah, it was kind of crass of the whole situation, meaning that the brother already got his first coin. Ezekiel Elliott had to be cognitive enough to know that, hey, if I go get this bag, if I go chase this paper, if I go chase this bread, then I won't be able to get my quarterback paid. So everybody is thinking of own self when they talking about, hey, should this guy get a pay cut? Should this guy get a pay cut? But all of a sudden you expecting Dak Prescott to get the pay cut? Dak Prescott sees that, huh, Big Game James? Huh?
I mean, like I said, he's the quarterback, and this is what I feel. If you're a franchise type quarterback,
right,
this is what they're going to do. They're going to take care of you. They're going to figure a way out. And shout out to my guy Space Cowboy 17. He's in the feed, and I looked at his little timeline, and just what Steven was saying, like it's got to be good for everybody. He wasn't saying that before, and I made videos. I said that this was 2019 after we played the Jets. After we lost to the Jets, I made a tweet, Law, and I said, man, they're going to franchise tag Dak. I made the tweet right after that. I made the tweet, and I said, they're going to franchise tag Dak because they don't believe in him. And I said that right after that. And guess what? People were saying, no, they're going to get the contract. Remember, Law? Remember 2019? We was in camp together.
You were there.
So many people were saying, no, Dak is going to sign this contract before the camp. Remember that was all he was going to sign his contract. And guess what? It didn't. And I said they were going to tag him. You know what I'm saying? And they did. And I said because they didn't believe in him. And guess what? They tagged him. And now they're going to probably tag him again because I already talked to my guy Mike White, and he be having the inside. And he said that's where the negotiation is going to start with that tag again. And if they don't do it again and he get tagged again, dog, he gone. And why would he? And here's my thing. This ain't no situation with the Tank Lawrence where Tank Lawrence was like, I don't know if this was a good plan on him because I don't know how they do it. I'm not behind those scenes. But Tank Lawrence didn't get a shoulder surgery. I wouldn't do that. I'm getting my stuff done because I'm thinking I'm gonna get bread from another team. If y'all ain't doing and pay me my bread, I'm gonna go somewhere else. So he must have really been thinking this Cowboys are bust. You feel me? I'm not doing this, and I'm gonna force your hand. But if I'm a Dak Prescott, I'm getting all that surgery done. I'm getting this second procedure. I'm getting cleaned up, all that. I'm being in top health because I'm not playing this game. I'm not gonna have anything y'all gonna use against me. And if y'all ain't getting me, I'm gonna go somewhere else and play. So I'm gonna come out there. And if that tag is out there, like Kirk Cousins said, and y'all don't want to sign me to a deal, and everybody like, no, Dak, just sit out, don't do that. No, I'm gonna sign and play on that tag.
Let them play. Hey, also
that's just me because guess what? I'm listening to what Kirk Cousins said. If you're not going to give me this long-term deal and play this fugazi stuff with me, then I'm gonna go hit you off at 37 or 40 million in your face, and I'm gonna get 70 million from you for 2 years, and then I'm gonna ball out again, and then I'm gonna go to a squad that's good, and I'm gonna get that 3 to 4 year deal that I want because I'm only gonna be 28, and if I get a 3 to 4 year deal, I'm gonna be 31, 32. So I'm still gonna be in really good years. You feel me? So I can probably get Kirk Cousins guarding his stuff, and he got him on a good team. And I think Dak Prescott is better than Kirk Cousins, okay? And he got on a good team. The Minnesota Vikings weren't a bummy team that he came on to. You feel me? So they have pieces in place, and that can happen the same thing for Dak Prescott. So I get what people are saying, like, no, I ain't hedging nothing. I'm going to take my butt right out there and sign on and get that money again. And if y'all ain't going to pay me, I'm going to take y'all for all this bread for these 2 years, and I'm going to go somewhere else where somebody's going to take care of me for the way I want. Because him sitting out and costing himself money, I'm not doing that. After I just made this 33 mil, you think I'm going to sit out and let these Cowboys and stuff find me every week and take my money again? No, I'm not going to let that happen.
Yoga Flame.
Cole got fired.
Hey, you remember we had Anthony on the show, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he saw it. He saw it. He knew that
And
they
he was
didn't
talking
believe in
about
him.
Jerry. You remember when he was talking about Jerry? How he said they had Vinny
They had
Testaverde.
good love for Ryan Leaf at the time.
Oh yeah,
Was it
remember
Ryan
Ryan?
Leaf?
It was Ryan Leaf. They had Jerry Jones, and he was talking about how he was loving Anthony Wright, and they was believing in him. Remember, he was saying that, and he said
Mm-hmm.
he was sitting up there in the stands with Ryan Leaf, and he said he knew the writing was on the wall after that.
He
And then
knew it.
he said, nope, I'm not sitting out. I'm going to rehab. I'm going to do everything I need to do because I'm not going to play this game where I don't rehab or just sit and they just play me. He said, so he got on all his stuff and so he could be marketable, so he could go to another team because he said he saw the writing on the wall. They were telling him one thing, but then he saw another when he saw Jerry sitting in the stands right when he was warming up.
Mm-hmm.
He understands talking to somebody.
He understands talking to Ryan Leaf. And those are the decisions. None of that stuff changed, Cowboy Nation. I want you guys to understand that. And trust me, I guarantee you there are probably thousands and thousands of people saying, Ryan Leaf is better than whatever quarterback we have out there. He's the next best thing since sliced bread. He's going to all of a sudden turn the corner. And that's what they sold Jerry. And Jerry Wine Jones is still doing the same thing. I call him Wine now, Big Game James.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He loved that gas station of wine.
He like that gas station wine, right?
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. With Dak Prescott in this situation, just like Anthony, he said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I get my knee
All the way
surgery.
right.
I'm gonna make sure I get my my leg, my back, my neck, my ear canal. I'm
He
gonna make
said,
sure I get
he said,
everything
I'll make
straight.
sure because he said he knew what was going on. He said he saw the game. He said he knew it was being played.
All right.
And, he said things were being said and he saw other things. So I don't know why this situation would be any different, especially when we keep on hearing the guy who really is messing with that money and really managing his cap keep on saying that, hey, it's got to be good for everybody. And when I keep on hearing a guy say that for your quarterback, then I just feel like it's over. This is not happening.
Over because here's the thing, Big Game James, and I know everybody in the chat can relate. Have you ever went to a car lot and you saw a car that you really want?
Uh-huh.
And you'll drive by that car lot, you'll just look at it, you'll gaze at it, you'll look, but then you'll gaze,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll say, man, I'm saving up all my money, or I'm gonna make sure I put something back so I can get that car. And even in the car that you already got, you probably be like, man, I'm gonna make sure I keep it clean so I can keep the trade value up. I'll make sure I keep it all up to snuff because I really want that car.
Right.
You figure out ways. You start moving things around to get said car. Let me know if I'm lying in the chat box. Let me know because you would drive all the way around and you say, man, that's the one. That's the one. Jerry Wayne Jones, I'm sorry, Wine Jones, never looked at Dak Prescott as that car in the car lot. Mm-mm.
He never
He never gazed. He never looked. Now to the people, because he got to keep the money flowing.
Yeah,
he got to keep the marketing going. Oh, we believe in Dak Prescott, but guess what? When you believe in something, look, can't nobody stop you from driving back to that car lot. They say, hey, Law, it's hailing outside. It's raining. Man, I got to check on that car, man. I got to make sure nobody else is looking at it. Man, God dog it, I'm going to go ahead and buy the car. Dallas Cowboys ain't doing that.
No.
Let me know if I'm wrong.
I mean, they're not. And so, like I said, I've already put it in my heart like this ain't happening. So I hope if it doesn't happen, and I do hope that if it doesn't happen, I hope he goes somewhere. It's very prosperous, and you know what? I ain't gonna lie. If they got to a chip, it would just further prove how dysfunctional it is. No matter. And I got a quick story, right quick, Law.
Talk to me, fam.
Cowboys remind me of this youth football team we used to play. And I don't want to say their name because they might hear the feed and get mad at me. But we play in this youth league, and this is one particular team, right? They always had the dope uniforms. They had dope uniforms. They had a nice field. Like their concessions was banging. Like we liked playing them because they always had good food, and we like going there because they had big crowds. You know what I'm saying? Big crowds. You know what I'm saying? The coaches was cool because a lot of coaches, when you know what I'm saying, when you coach in a city league in the hood, It get heated. Y'all coaches be yelling at each other, so it's almost like y'all almost scrapping
Right.
out there for real, for real. So they was never like that. It was never like no drama. It was always like good
Mm-hmm.
football, and they had good players. You know what I'm saying? They would get good
Right.
players. But guess what though, Law?
What's that?
We would whoop their ass every time from every pound. They give you they compete maybe the first quarter, whatever, but
Right.
we knew we could smack them because we knew they was just one of them nice teams.
Mm-hmm.
They were nice. They looked good, and everything was nice and pretty. We loved going to their field. It was fun going to their field and beating them because it was felt like real football. We liked going over there and smacking them because we knew we could. Because we knew once we imposed our will on them, they were going to crumble.
Mm.
And they was always the nicest looking team. Nice, always had the money flowing, but y'all ain't never win shit. Excuse my language.
No, you good, man. And that's the real deal, man. You got to get dirty in football. This is not no sport where you can try to look cute and win. You got to get it out there, and you got to slap them in the face. You got to punch them in the jaw, knee them in the stomach and the sternum. You got to do all of that stuff.
Them hood
And
teams, though, boy.
yeah, you can't be a pretty boy. You can't
Oh,
be just swiping.
we knew when we played them gutter teams. Like when we went up, we knew when we went to their field, it might be scrapped with parents. It might be, you know what I'm saying? You got to watch your surroundings sometimes because you in the hood could be something popping off at any time. But them games was football games, Law. Like they had them athletes and they had ballers. So you had to bring your A game when you was losing 40-0. Them was them games. You feel me? Because there wasn't nothing nice. They didn't treat you nice. They wasn't nothing nice. They came in there talking trash, want to smack you up. We don't give a hell who you are. We trying to kick your butts. So we had the mentality like that. So those were the games we had. That nice mentality, always looking good and all plush and pretty, like the
Right.
getting new stadiums and adding this and adding that and blah blah blah. Cowboys this and Cowboys that, but we mediocre as hell still. Everything looks all good. Salary cap great. Got young players on the team, coaching staff okay. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Mediocre. Guess what? Got all the stuff that looks good, but guess what? Mediocre. 10 years, 3 playoff appearances, mediocre. And don't even talk about a Super Bowl. Don't even talk about an NFC championship. Just worry about contending year in and year out for a playoff, and that's not even happening. So, you know what I'm saying? It looks all great from the outside, looks plush and pretty. But when then you hear about this J.J. Watt and Patrick Peterson, I'm going to just say this about that.
Go ahead. Get him.
J.J. Watt, okay, he's leaving the Houston Texans. He's over 30? He's like maybe 32 years old now. He said he wanted to go to a contender. What in the hell with J.J. Watt? And he says, I want to go to a contender. My last part, this is probably his last contract, Law, his last contract. So I want to get paid. So I want to get paid, and I want to go to a team so I can win a Super Bowl while I end it. So why would J.J. Watt, who played with the Texans and had dysfunction with Deshaun Watson at quarterback, come to Dallas with dysfunction with the Cowboys with Dak Prescott, and y'all were 6-10, and y'all ain't won a playoff game in a few years, and you haven't consistently won in the playoffs, and you're not consistently going, and you're probably not going to pay me the money I want. So yeah, I'm JJ Watt. I'm gonna come to the Dallas Cowboys. What's appealing to that?
And there's nothing appealing at all to it.
What's appealing to Patrick Peterson? They blind the fans to thinking, oh, it's so great to come to Dallas, but we ain't winning. So where are these free agents they talking about coming over here, want to look at Dallas and say, yeah, I want to come to Dallas and win? Dallas ain't winning.
Man, I've been telling people for a minute. A lot of times, these players talk to each other. They do. And when you do something wrong to someone, it spreads. And I know a lot of people, they may look at it and say, nah, they would love to come to Dallas. They would love to come down here in Big D. No, that's not the case, nor the scenario. Because for one, you can see that, yeah, back in the days, maybe, just maybe, and the glories of the 90s, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin would like to vacation over here in Dallas. But now, man, I can go to Miami. I can go to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I can go to the doggone LA Rams. I can go anywhere else outside of the Dallas Cowboys and won't be viewed upon as a negative entity.
And probably win quicker. We just seen it when it happened with Brady and those guys just switched over, went to the Bucks, and they go to a Super Bowl. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that happens. You got to get 30,000 free agents. But what I am saying is, and they're not coming here. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
also, people always think that, oh, well, if we get Russell Wilson, we're just going to win. Where do people come from another team and then all of a sudden make us winners? Where have we seen it?
Oh my goodness, been going back and forth with people with that.
Where are these winners coming from other teams and making us winners?
They don't. They come here to disappear. And
They
I know,
disappear.
I
Remember Rob?
know, I
Yeah, remember
know.
Rob Marinelli was getting all those turnovers in Chicago. He comes here, gets 1 year of it, and then after
Yeah.
that, gone.
I was so pissed off at Cole Beasley, Big Game.
Me
I was
too.
pissed off
I
at
was
him
so
when he
mad
was
at him.
spitting his epithets.
He
I
was
was sitting
spitting the
like,
truth. It was hurting me.
yeah. I was like, no, Cole, you lying.
You
You
lying,
went
but
over
you the
there,
truth.
man.
You telling the truth. You lying, but you telling the truth. I don't want to hear it. You lying. You lying, Cole. Bump you, Cole. No, go over there. Buffalo ain't about nothing. Buffalo ain't doing nothing. No, he
Oh my
said,
goodness.
and just like he said, hey, they about winning. And he said, hey, if they gonna be over here about getting everybody getting they off, I'm gonna get mine off too. That's what happens when it's a atmosphere like that. You like, okay, it's just like in a job. Okay, well, y'all doing it. Well, shit, I ain't gonna be the only one over here working. I'm gonna kick it too. I'm gonna get my brand off too. These people are human. These players are human beings. They ain't robots. They're gonna get their brand off too. But when you go to an environment and say, "Hey, yeah, you can get your stuff off," but guess what? When you hear we about football, we ain't all about all that other stuff over here. All right, that's what's up. I'm about that too. Boom, I can put that to the side. I'm really about that. They was just like
Yeah.
that over there. So what do you want me to do? But I'm about that life. You feel me? That's what he was saying. And I know first people gonna say is, "Oh, Cole Beasley quit." But he quit and Dallas saved him. I get all that. I know you can say all that, but we ain't talking about that in the essence of he went to an organization and said they really about football. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, hey, the front office dictates who gets the ball. He didn't say the coaches.
The
He
front
didn't say
office.
the coaches. He said the front office dictates who gets the ball. You get what I'm saying? And he said
Mm-hmm.
basically, y'all ain't even giving me no offer. Y'all, they basically looked at him like, man, Cole, we made you. We're the Dallas Cowboys. We made you. We don't need you. You don't think they wasn't looking at him like that? We don't need no damn Cole Beasley. Bye.
Bye bye. Look, I kid you not, man. If you guys think we lied, go watch All of Nothing. It was an Amazon special on Amazon Prime. You can watch All of Nothing. But I want to tell people, if you had not already recorded it, they pulled it because they gave off so much secrets and intel and intellectual property as relates to what the Cowboys do behind closed doors.
Mhm.
And when they was talking about the time when Dez Bryant got into the money zone, red zone, they said, hey, we don't care. We want you to force it to him. We want you to get that touchdown on such and such because you deserve to get there. That's the mentality, collectively speaking, of the Dallas Cowboys. And a lot of people don't want the truth. A lot of people want us to say, well, it was because of Dak Prescott. He couldn't throw that fade ball inside, right? But you go back and watch the All of Nothing. They pulled it, though. You can't find it on Amazon, but you got to find somebody who already recorded it.
Mhm.
It gave off a lot of secrets and intel about this team. And when we just turn on the TV, the doggone Tampa Bay Buccaneers just won the Super Bowl. But on all of the major networks and media, they talking about the Cowboys. They talking about Rain Dakota Prescott. There's more traffic. There's more visit to the website, by the way.
Right.
There's more people tuning in to the radio stations.
I'm in Ohio. I'm wearing my Cowboys face mask.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? When I wear my Cowboys face mask, you know what the first question these people say to me?
What's that?
Are y'all signing Dak? I'm in Ohio. Are y'all signing Dak?
Yeah.
So they're still in the mouth, and everywhere you go, you get what I'm saying. That's where it's accomplishing its goal. You get what I'm saying? It's accomplishing its goal. The brand is still being spoke about on a daily basis the way we want. The brand is still going to be big. And Jerry said it with T.O. He sat him down and said, "This is Dallas, and this is you, and this is all of us. The brand is bigger than all of us." That's what he said.
Oh
So
yeah.
to me, like I said, this is just my opinion. People can say, "Oh, you wrong." That's fine. I'm totally fine with that. But this is just my opinion. When somebody says the brand is bigger than everybody else, then that's when I say, well, they ain't thinking about that like that. You feel me? And now all of a sudden, all these other players, Eminem, like, well, if they didn't believe in them, he signed them. I mean, come on, dog. Like
Right.
we should understand this.
We
And then
should.
when they say, well, they offer them money. Of course they're going to offer them money. What do you think? They're not going to throw an offer out there? Of course they're going to throw an offer out there. But look at the offer, how they do it. They do it the way they want to do it. It's how they want. Every way the Joneses do it, it's how they want to do it.
And look at the leaks, though. Talk about the leaks. They just leaked this, leaked that, leaked this.
Like I said, my guy Mike White, when he was on the show with me a couple of weeks ago, he was saying anytime you see that David Moore cat, that's Stephen Jones's boy. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you see little things coming from David Moore, that's Stephen Jones he said that's Stephen Jones be talking. And he was one of the first people jumping out there talking about Dak Prescott's ankle, David Moore, and how he spent it was Dak Prescott's second ankle surgery. Just a normal, regular cleanup procedure. It's normal, nothing. He'll be right on schedule to blah, blah, blah. But what does that do, Law? Oh, that put doubt all in your head now for the average. Hey, we got some donation in the
donation.
I gotta give my man. Hold on, I'm gonna give you this. I just wanted. He just threw me off. Let me give him his highlight. I'll figure it out later. What's up, B? We with the $20 holla. He said, "What up from Oklahoma? Tank recruiting on Pat P and JJ. He does not do stuff like that in the past. Maybe on be on to something. Go rewind this. No, he's not." Because he don't matter. He don't got the money. You know
you don't have it in the opening week of the free agency. They already have it scheduled so they can go on their vacation, and they give Will McClay and all those other boys blank guns. Guns with no bullets. It is what it is. But shout out to you, B Wee, man, for the donation
and the new member to the Big Game James Silver Blue Nation Goon Squad, baby.
And it's contagious, man. It's contagious. Somebody else made a donation, man. He says, let me call in. We ain't set up for that.
We ain't set up for that, dog.
And when we are set up, nobody call in. We be like, dog, where y'all at?
Y'all want to call in. Now we don't want to. Now we're chilling. Now you're like, we're going to call in. I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, I ain't hating, that's just, I like I love my Cowboys, but I don't care for the Joneses. That's just the way it is. I don't care for them. I don't got to care for them. I can love my Cowboys and not care for the Joneses. That's just the way it is. I don't like how they do business. I don't like how you jump out there and say we're gonna build through the draft and we're not gonna overpay on free agents and then we're gonna sign our own. That's cool. I ain't worried about that model because you keep them. You got the salary cap in good standing, whatever. But when you keep on jumping out there playing this game with your star, always talking in the media, like I said, with David Moore comes out there talking about the ankle because it just presents doubt. It gets you to get on management's team. And for the average Cowboy fan, and I can tell you this, Law, in my own personal opinion. I've been deep Cowboys studying football and all that, but until I got into media law, I was like, damn, I didn't know a lot of stuff, bruh. I was really, and when I was just listening to Cowboy stuff, I would feed into what they were saying,
right?
And I would, that's messed up. Come on, Dak. I would feed into it, but once I got in this meeting, started deviling in, and we started going deeper in this law, and started meeting the people and behind the scenes, and we wanted to get deeper. We wanted the truth. We wanted the truth, Law. That's why we go and devil and talk to these people. Then I'm like, hold up, hold up now, dog. This is all different when I was looking from the outside, man. Now I'm not so happy about things. I'm frustrated now because I see things differently than before. And it's not all peaches and cream like we just see football. It's dollars and cents and contracts and all that stuff, and that's real. And you know what? I just feel like it's about the brand, man, and I don't feel like they're going to overspend for Dak in their hearts.
I'm gonna show this right quick.
Okay.
The media always twist things, and I can hear the reverb of the fan base and the people going out there speaking. So and they echo what the media is saying, right? So my philosophy is this. Damn if you do, damn if you're not, or don't, right? So Tim in the comment box, he says, so Dak against elite teams, poo, right?
Deshaun Watson 0-10.
Say again?
Deshaun Watson against 500 teams 0-10.
Yeah, so see, Deshaun Watson never get that label, right? We talked about labels before. So Deshaun Watson, he would never, ever get that labeling, right? And I'm gonna talk about things before we get to Dak Prescott.
Aaron Rodgers thing? Didn't you tell me
Huh?
about the Aaron
Oh
Rodgers?
yeah, the 0-42 as Aaron Rodgers, 0-42 when trailing against a team that's above 500
People act
in the
like
fourth
it's easy.
quarter.
People act
Huh?
like it's easy. When you look at the majority of these quarterbacks, they ain't beating over 500 teams.
They ain't beating over 500 teams, but they listen to these stations out here, and they go and run, and they echo it, and it's false, and it's not real. It's just half of the story, because you don't win 42 games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this gonna be the question. Either Jason Garrett is an elite coach who can win you games, or it's the quarterback. Which one are you going to lean on? Are you more saying that it was Jason Garrett that won those games, or are you saying that it was the Dak Prescott situation? Now I do know that collective teams win big game, James, but you can't say that, hey, against winning teams he don't win. So where are these people getting this nonsense from? Is only the records and garbage time is counted for Dak Prescott? And only when you try to favor or put flavor on the win-loss columns, you only use selective years to preference your stance on it and not use the full total body of work. So that is where the issue is at. I recall this, and this is not even the Dallas Cowboys big game, James. There was a certain quarterback who's going into the Hall of Fame first ballot. He went, let me bang my table, let me move my coffee out. 7-9, 7-9, 7-9. That motherfucker didn't get a goddamn 8-8 record. You know what I'm saying? But my dog Tony Romo, that motherfucker, I'm cursing tonight. That motherfucker, y'all feel me now? That motherfucker got 8-8, 8-8, 8-8 quarterback. But not Dak Prescott. Oh, he's just saying, he sucked. Dak Prescott never went 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. Never went 7-9, 7-9, 7-9. Let me know where I'm wrong at, big game, James.
You
But
ain't wrong.
Drew Brees never get the label. 7-9, 7-9, 7-9. Oh, Sean Payton never get the motherfucking record. But all of a sudden, over here on Cowboys, we go 8-8 multiple times. We get the labeling. Let me know where I'm wrong.
You ain't wrong. And you ain't wrong. And also, I mean, you can even bring up a Peyton Manning. Remember all them years that he was choking?
It took Peyton Manning 9 years, right?
And he was choking. He had to win. He had to go to Denver to really validate him. You feel me? Because what were they labeling before he left, Law, when he was at Indianapolis? Yeah, you got that one Super Bowl, but you a choker.
Peyton Manning, they say, look, this is the thing is with Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning was always gifted a team. From the beginning of time, Peyton Manning had Marshall Faulk, bro. Mm-hmm. Oh, Marshall Faulk was traded or gone, and then they went and got Edge.
And you had elite receivers, elite
offensive line,
elite tight ends.
Reggie Wayne and things, and Marvin Harrison.
And you had them little third receivers that was coming in that was good too. I can't remember them little guys that were coming in and they was nice. And their defense was decent too, but Peyton was choking. Never got the label. Choking. But and how many games did he have garbage time? How many games we seen when we was talking about, just like you was, I was seeing you when you was talking, Law, when Aaron Rodgers was coming back in the game and he throwing for 300 in the third and fourth quarter, and we like,
right.
How come you ain't saying that about Rodgers with garbage time?
Mm-hmm.
How come you ain't saying that with Russell Wilson when he doing all these damn garbage time stats when they getting blown out the frame in the first 2-3 quarters, and then he come back throwing 50 times in the second half, and we ain't saying nothing about that when he throw for 500?
Nah, they don't say none of that. They don't say none of that.
Russ get a pass, dog.
Russ made me so mad, big game. You know, I had him on the fantasy league.
Yeah.
As soon as Foe went down, I said, I'm gonna still win. I got Russ. Russ gonna win it for me. Game after game, I'm losing. I was like, what happened to Russ? I turned on the game, interception, turnover. I said, oh Lord, what happened to him?
And now you get a Pete Carroll saying, I don't want to throw the ball like that. We focusing on the run. So this quarterback thing, like I said, man, if you got this coming from over there and they saying this about Russ, what do you think the hell they going to do with Dak? They ain't saying they ain't, oh yeah, let's get Dak in here. No, dog. This is I said when we was talking about the draft, when we were just talking about defensive tackles and all this
Right.
stuff, we probably need to be looking at quarterbacks now.
Well, the thing is with that,
I'm just saying.
the problem is with the Cowboys is this right here. For number one, everybody in the front office is weak as hell, right? They don't really do anything outside of the norm. And on top of that, they play this con game and it's professional con artists because of this right here. We did make some moves in the free agency. We did try to do this. We signed our own guys. Newsflash. When you sign your own guys, that's meaning that you signing their own problems, right? And when you try to will it, they don't do that. They don't. They wait to the last minute. I've seen an excerpt out there, Big Game James, that they were sitting there saying that, okay, for next season, we thinking about giving Maurice Kennedy a shot at the starting position on
Really?
defensive side of the ball.
Really?
But we don't know football though. It is what it is.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. People think that you can get these great players and they'll come to Dallas and make us great. It ain't happening because number one, they ain't coming. Number two, that we ain't signing them. And number three, these good players that come to Dallas, they don't make the team better, and we start winning and going to championships. It ain't happening, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like people, I don't know, dog. It's just like we just magically gonna get some players. Like, show me. I want to see it because it ain't happened. Show me. I would love to see it. I would love to, but I'm not got it. I'm sorry, I can't get excited about that. Especially when y'all playing games with the quarterback and there's so much uncertainty with this team. Y'all want to be all so perfect. We want to look so good. We managing the money right. Our team, we look at our team is young. We in salary cap. We good, but we ain't good because we mediocre.
Right.
We is not good. We are mediocre. Like no team looks at Dallas right now and says, "Damn." No, they laugh at us, dog. You know why we still get all these views? Because people like to watch us lose and laugh at us.
Yeah.
Because every year they say, "Yeah, y'all say this every year." You know what I'm saying? And as myself, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm tired of saying that too. I'm tired of hearing myself say it. I want to be quiet because it's like that's why people look at the Cowboys like y'all say this every year and y'all ain't won ish in how long?
Hey,
You
you
feel
already
me?
you already know how it goes. This off season, this off season, right before the draft, right after the draft. Watch, Cowboys favored. Cowboys favored to be Super Bowl champions.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys are favored, and it will be the pundits, and then they will try to build it up so they can tear it down. And I was talking to my dog. Computer. He always got the
Yeah, yeah,
conspiracy.
yeah, yeah.
But one thing I can say about Computer, he do hang out with some of the players,
Yeah,
right?
I know
Yeah,
he
he hang out with some of the players, and he have photo evidence and everything else to prove it. He's like, man, that Gronkowski was high on Vegas Strip. I said, hey,
yeah,
you
yeah.
lie, dog. And he said, man, I was hanging out with him. I said, man, you lie. And then he showed me a picture. I said, oh shit, he was telling the truth. And he said that, and this real talk right here. He was talking to some of the defensive guys. They was at this party down there on the Strip in
Uh-huh.
Vegas,
Uh-huh.
and they were just casually talking about the Dallas Cowboys. And one of the things he said, we can get away with certain things against the Cowboys because they ain't gonna call it. You remember when Tank Lawrence was on this pace of just wrecking the league with getting
Mm-hmm.
sacks and just being explosive.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tank spoke out and he said, man, you know what? They ain't calling holding. That was Tank downfall. I'm not trying to paint a picture saying that Tank Lawrence win on every rep. But
Right.
remember, he called out on the league saying they are not calling holding calls on us, right? Or against when the opposition is holding. My dog Computer the other night was saying that's what all of the players know, that the Cowboys will not get those calls.
Right. Keep going.
Just like Ramsey. Last year, opening game, people fail to realize, Cowboy Nation and all of those that's listening, people fail to realize no other team would have got away with that particular situation, flopping in a situation like that. And then all
Right.
of a sudden they call it on Michael Gallup saying that he had PI'd him.
Right.
I'm not trying to make this conspiracy theory, but these players know. These players know what they can do and get away with it.
Right. But you can see in the games though. I hate talking about it because it's like, that's one thing you hate saying. Like a lot of people hate,
Yeah,
like
you
you hate
hoes.
saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, y'all crying about the. I hate saying it, but it'd be like you be sitting there looking at it like, well, damn though. You feel me? Lord? I'm
Right.
looking at this like, I'm not trying to be the crybaby. Like I'm not trying to be the crybaby right here. Like
Right.
but this is crazy. Like this is ridiculous. These are blatant calls and they're blatantly missed right in front of your face. And it's like, and then the other team doesn't get the calls or getting the calls. And it's like, yo, those calls make the difference. Those two calls could be the difference of the game. And we always say, don't let the ref be the outcome of the game, because that's when it sucks, when the refs are the outcome of the game. You feel what I'm saying? So but like we said before, do a lot of people love Jerry Jones? All owners?
No.
The league?
No.
They want to stick it to Jerry. A lot of them want to stick it to him. I don't know. I'm not there in that scene, so that could be speculation on mine. So I'm not going to say that. But I'm just saying it just seems like not everybody loves Jerry Jones as far as the owners in the NFL. And any chance they can get to stick him or, and make the Cowboys suffer, I could definitely see that as well. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like a lot of people love when they viewing the Cowboys. A lot of people ain't viewing the Cowboys because they love the Cowboys. A lot of people view the Cowboys so they can watch us lose.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just don't care for that.
Yeah. And here's another thing though, Cowboy Nation, and I see some of y'all comments. We're not blaming. We're definitely not blaming the refs
for
the Cowboys of losing.
Oh, hell no.
But what I'm saying is that this is computers, isolated conversation to a person that plays against the Cowboys, saying that there's certain things that you can do against the Cowboys and the officials will not call them. And there was two people that vouched for him when he was talking about that situation. Now, granted, it could just be in a casual flow of conversation, but we can look at some of these games and say, man, you can look at the CD Lamb game. The brother was out there getting murked on the field, and not a flag, a whistle, a half of a flag, anything wasn't thrown out there. The guy getting hit up and nobody's throwing a flag. But that's water on the bridge, though.
Like I said, man, we got this draft coming up. Like I said, I'm starting to look at quarterbacks now. I'm just keeping it real. I'm looking at them. I'm just looking at them because it's not going to stun me. If you see something like that happen in the draft, you see a quarterback, and then you already know what it is. Just like with Jalen Hurts. When you saw Jalen Hurts getting drafted, my thing is like, why did you draft him like that then if you didn't think he could play or he was not going to play on your team? You were not drafting him that high if you didn't think he could do it. You didn't think he was going to be the guy. Like you wouldn't have. What would be the point of doing that, Law? Especially you going in the second round, dog. Like you're saying that we ain't feeling Carson. That's what it would tell me as a player.
Yeah.
If I'm on the team and you draft a quarterback, just like with Aaron Rodgers, you know what I'm saying? Like he went nutty, but if I'm a quarterback and you draft a quarterback in the first or second round, I'm thinking, okay, you ain't feeling me. If I'm your guy, what you got him in here for? Some competition for what? I feel you, but you in the second round, dog, get competition. Throw him in there in the fifth. You doing the first or second? You saying he playing?
He playing. Well, they said Aaron Rodgers. He got a little heated about that, but go ahead.
You remember Drew Brees, right? And he was there, and who they draft?
Phillip Rivers.
And we knew when you drafted Phillip Rivers, what was going to happen.
It's over because you got to make the justification. You got to make the justification.
It's over now. You knew when they drafted Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees gone.
Yeah. You already got a card and it's usable and it's very usable. And then you're looking at the car lot and you say, well, I just want to buy this, for to be the Sunday car. It's gonna be my church service car. No, no, nobody do that. You're gonna ball out on that thing,
You
right?
gonna
Yeah.
you gonna drive that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You gonna drive it. So be looking at that 10th pick. That 10th pick is getting interesting now, especially you just heard about this. Dak's ankle may never be the same. Come on, dog. This is
Look how they leaking it
I mean,
right
look at
around Dak's
like
ankle.
right Dak's ankle now right around negotiations. That's what is that just by chance? Come on, dog.
Yeah,
Who we
yeah.
fooling here? I know why stupid. So I'm just like I said, I don't know where this team's direction is, man. I really don't. I just really don't know where this team's direction is. I don't know that this team's identity still. I don't know this team's identity. And the whole thing is really kind of frustrating because, okay, you got a Dan Quinn, right?
Right.
And you saying you're going to do this defense, but what is the identity of the team? What is this team? Who are still these leaders on the team, Law? Like, who are these leaders on the team? You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like, who are those guys? And we saw when Dak wasn't there, who was the leaders? We
we
saw,
who's going to be D-Law? He's the leader. He's out there heavy recruiting people. So maybe he's
nobody.
it.
I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know. I'm just
Go ahead
my
and keep it real, man. We've been keeping it real all night, man.
man.
That's why I came on. I said I'm
If
gonna keep it real, man.
if I'm a player, I ain't listening to D Law. I ain't even hating on D Law. If I'm a player, I ain't listening to D Law, dog. Like
Yeah.
because all that rah stuff that ain't flowing for me no more. If I'm a player, I'm coming from a player now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't coming. And I played the game, not like at that high level at that, but I played organized sports at a very high level. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm listening, I definitely have followed leaders. I've been a leader. I follow leaders. Even if I'm a leader, I can still follow a leader. You get what I'm saying, Law? But if
Oh.
you out there just chirping, oh yeah, and at first it's good. If I came in the league and I saw, yeah. Every now if I hear you just chirping, and I'm not saying D Law don't work because he works his ass off, but
Right.
dog, ain't nobody listen to that rah stuff, and we need big plays or this needs to happen. I'm not gonna keep listening to that. I need I don't
So
know.
so what you saying is, and I get exactly what you're saying.
I'm not saying I'm not
No,
hating
no,
on
no, no,
D
no,
Law
no.
either.
I get what you're saying, because a real leader and a real troop of everything, and especially you got to have the element of surprise. What D Law did today, what he's supposed to done, and not saying that he didn't do it, but I can only speculate right now. Big Game James, he's supposed to say, "Hey, find me JJ Watt number, call him personally, and say, hey, my name is DeMarcus Lawrence. We need you in Dallas." And you say, hey, I'm also reaching out to Patrick Peterson. We're going to start something. We're going to establish something in Dallas. It shouldn't be all out in Twitter. Hey,
Yeah,
come
I
over
mean,
here. Come
yeah,
over there.
because that's for show to me.
Yeah, yeah.
You get what
See,
I'm saying?
yeah.
That's for
See,
show. That's for show. Show me, like, okay, it take for instance, and trust me, I'm not hating y'all. I'm really not. I'm just telling you what I feel. It's just like if when I see people out there feeding the hungry and stuff, and not saying they don't have good intentions, but I see athletes do it. And I'm not saying they don't have good intentions, but some of them don't. Some of them just really want to make a show of it and show, look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing in the community. Look, I'm out here helping people. I'm out here doing that. And they probably don't even give a damn. But it looks real good on tape. It looks real great on tape. It looks good
right.
when you said it. But did you really mean it? You get what I'm saying? So I mean, I just feel like I don't want to be hearing, 99 or Patrick Peterson's number, whatever.
Right.
If you didn't really try to holler at him. You get what I'm saying? If
Right.
you just made the tweet and ain't really try to holler at him, then what was the tweet for? For show, to make it look good, to bring attention and awareness that, oh, JJ Watt, now we getting 99 jerseys made of JJ Watt screaming. And it's like, that's just more hype for the Cowboys, more hype.
Oh man, that stuff sell again, man.
Hype. The hype sells, but guess what? The hype ain't doing jack. So I'm sorry, I'm public enemy now with Dallas. Don't 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 believe the hype. I'm not
Yeah,
believing
look
that
at
hype.
me.
You know what I'm
Look
saying?
at
I
me.
don't want to see the look at me. And there's nothing wrong with talking and motivating your team or nothing like that, Law. Understand what I'm saying? You feel me? There is nothing wrong with that. But too many of the guys I feel like are in Twitter and talking and talking and talking and there ain't no we ain't winning. Dallas, I mean,
Oh,
not me because I ain't the Cowboy. Dallas ain't winning. Y'all keep talking, but Dallas ain't winning.
big game, James. A lot of people got mad at me when I said defense win championships. Right, a lot of
Oh,
people got
I
mad at
don't
me.
give a hell. I'm with you all day. I'll
But
say it till the cows don't cry. Defense wins championships. And when I hear
yeah,
how those offensive tackles were terrible, yeah, we get it.
hmm,
But you still had to have the defense to be able to stop them because I've seen bad offensive tackles and still win games.
still win games
I've still
because
seen teams win games with bad offensive tackles.
you got look. Here's what I'm saying, and hear me out, Cowboy Nation. And what leaders do is, and I hate to put him in this box, in this frame, but he is. What Tom Brady did, not even on the field, but when his recruitment level was, hey, AB, you coming. Gronkowski, you coming. He hit on his recruitment. And on top of that, you got to look at the defensive side of the ball. Sue, Vita Vey, them boys being able to penetrate, moving the quarterback off his marker.
Pierre Paul was balling his
Pierre
balls.
Paul.
And the other cat. What was the other cat that they put
Keep naming them. And
what was the
outside of
other
Vita, were those guys homegrown? You
Levante
know,
David?
keep going.
Who's the other defensive end that he wanted to get all that money. He been going crazy.
Uh-huh.
And then
Shaq.
yeah, Shaq Barrett. I mean,
Shaq.
he went nuts,
Yeah.
and then they got Winfield Jr.
Winfield.
as the safety. You feel me? They went out and got some defensive parts. They drafted some defense, but they went out there with that plan of what they're going to do. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
A mix, not heavy on one side and not heavy on this side. You got to be able, that's what I've been telling everybody with the Cowboys. Yes, you want to home grow your guys, right? But then when it's time to pay your guy, you either gotta pay him early so that you can keep that contract alive, so he won't raise up his price value or his price point, and you want to be able to will and deal. And if you can't keep the guy that you homegrown, damn it, you better get something in return of it. Out of return of it, the Byron Jones situation. Yes, he was one of the guys that we drafted, right? Big game.
Mhm.
And if you knew that you was not going to re-sign him, if you knew that you was not going to be able to keep the brother on your team and you didn't like him, you supposed to be able to will and deal. When I see Byron Jones, I should see in return a first round draft pick coming back to me or a second round draft pick coming back to me. I want to see some type of willing and dealing.
They don't
It
do
won't
that.
be long at the end of this season. People gonna be turning on Michael Gallup, but you got to figure out a way, big game James, to will and deal. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, but they don't do it. So it's almost like that's why I don't get excited when people are out there saying, "Oh, look at this person in free agency." Don't. You need to listen to what Stephen Jones said. If you're trying to follow the Cowboys, you need to listen to what he said. He said he ain't doing it, and he stayed true to it. They stayed true to the model. They're not going out there and getting these high price ratings. So when we talk about these guys that are having these numbers at 14 and 15 million, you're wasting your breath even talking about them because they're not even going to get looked at or touched by the Cowboys at all. Where has Dallas been doing the first wave of free agency? No, it's third wave. It's always third wave. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, okay, wasn't nobody really messing with Gerald McCoy no more, but he's a name. He's been doing something. Let's get him. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
they did talk about resigning.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody really sweating Dante Poe now. You know what I mean? He ain't got a lot of suitors, but he's a big boy. He shut people up. I told you about them shut up signings. Let's get some Poe. That'll shut them up. That'll shut y'all up that'll shut y'all up. Shut up. You got Poe and you got McCoy. Shut your mouths. And then guess what? It didn't pop. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know. I give them some props. I mean, they went out and got Everson Griffin. I didn't think they was going to do that, but then they let the weirdo do the weird defensive stuff with him. It's just like, what's going on up there, man? Like, what's really going on? Like, why would you try to convert something like that? Like you didn't know something like that. I was excited about saying different fronts, but a 3-4 with no training? That was weird. And to think that, you get what I'm saying? It's like, what's really going on in Cowboy world? This is why there's the inconsistency, and this is why there's the mediocrity.
You got to look at it like this. Oh, I really want that car. I really want that car. I really want it. Hey, it's a stick shift. I still want that car. I still want that car. It's a stick. Do you know how to drive a stick? Nah, but I still want it. And that's what they did with the Griffin kid. That's what they did with even with this defense. It was one of those situations where it wasn't automatic and they didn't know how to drive it. They didn't know how to put things together and they tried to install it in the worst way possible. Now we going into a new philosophy with a brand new defense. Yes, it could be some of the situations that we can say to ourselves, maybe we go back to the Tampa 2 versions or the front, but it's still going to be new language. It's regardless of how you look at it.
I don't know.
I don't
It's,
know,
it's,
man.
it's
Time would tell it all, baby.
no, it's like
Oh my goodness.
I just want to be excited, but I'm just like, damn. It's just I feel like it's the same old thing, dog. Like we're not going to touch people in free agency. We're going to have to rely on our own. Our own is okay, and then the coaching. See, this is where I got frustrated. You got rid of Garrett all them years and all that. And I'm not hating on McCarthy, but you got McCarthy, and guess what? We still mediocre. That's where I go to say that people don't come here that were good and be great here. They go from good to being mediocre.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So McCarthy came over here, mediocre. Like it's almost like, have you noticed though? It's almost like loss. Like when you go into a neighborhood or just when you go to a job, right? Say you're a hardworking person, right?
Right.
And everybody else in there just mediocre, blah. And eventually, you will slide down that slippery slope. You won't come in and do as much because you'll be looking, man, they ain't doing it. I'm tired of doing that stuff, man. I'm tired of doing that stuff every single day. And I'm trying to go hard up here and everybody ain't doing it. Then it starts to happen with you because I can attest to it because it has happened with me and working in a work environment where the morale is okay, but you just see it's just mediocre. People ain't really caring. They just doing a kind of own thing. And then you end up saying, well, I ain't going to keep on working hard. I'm going to just do my own thing too and just go with the flow where everybody else is doing. You just fall right into it.
Right.
You fall right into it without even knowing it. And the next thing you know, y'all cutting corners at the job. Y'all not going as hard. Y'all not doing the little things. And the next thing you know, everything, the business just starts to go down. It just happens because you don't really care.
Well, the thing is, we are all creatures of habit, man. We continue to do the same thing over and over again, and that's just how it goes, big game James. And the fish rots from the head down. And this organization, there's this one word that I want to say is circumvent. You can have a plan, you can have it all, the strategy all well laid out, and then just like that, it's gone because the owner opened up his mouth. The owner's son opened up his mouth. They do 2 press conferences a piece a week. There's 4 press conferences. That's meaning that we give out so much information that
And
regardless of
owners.
these are the owners and the executives. You don't have no other organization
with the owners and the executive owners talking each week about the team.
And trust me, as a fan seeking content, it's wonderful. It's good to know.
Not for me.
It's good to know, from a fan aspect, but from a competitive situation, it's horrible.
Because I mean, and like I said, it's just weird. Like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Jerry and Mike Brown were the only ones that are like hold all those titles, and I'm out here in Ohio, and I couldn't stand Mike Brown.
Yeah.
And I don't even like the Bengals, but I couldn't stand the way he acted and how he just felt like he was a control freak.
Right.
He was a control freak, and it was almost like it was his way or the highway, and it was like you're gonna do it this way, and it was just like, did you really was winning number one? And that's what I was asking, and he had all those titles, and I'm just saying, I just feel like. I just don't feel like it's the number one priority, and the team and the culture suffers because of it. And It's a culture that's there, and we don't want to ever talk about that. We always talk about is let's get us a new linebacker, or let's get us a new corner, or let's get this player, or let's trade for this player, or let's got that sign this player, and everything's going to be all right. But there's an issue with this culture, and I don't care. And as long as
Mm-hmm.
that thing permeates in there, around there,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to keep you from getting to the top. I mean, you'll win, or you,
Right.
but you're never going to get to the top.
Never. And we are so toxic with our particular team because we are so ready to tell people and prove somebody wrong, right? Like even though the Chiefs lost the Super Bowl, but the game that they played right before they got into the Super Bowl, I think it was either Miko Hardman or somebody who
Mhm,
fumbled on a play.
mhm.
And one of the things that I took away from that particular game is that everybody kind of went around them and said, "Hey, man, we're gonna get back to it, man. You just keep continue to push it."
Mhm.
They gave them a boatload of motivation, and I can hear and I can see the recall of all of the fans saying, "Yes, we're going to get back into it." And even the fans, even the Chiefs, even though they lost the Super Bowl, when I tune into the Chief fan base, they said we're gonna get right back on it next year. It's just the fact that we was missing this and missing that. But the Cowboys is a whole different situation. If we were to have the same situation, it would have been, oh man, he's the buzz, he's washed, he's
I
mediocre, or he
told you couldn't
need
win the
this, he
big
need
game. I
that.
told you couldn't win the big game. Blah
He
blah.
can't win the big game. He needs this. He look like nobody. Like only I guess only one quarterback don't need anybody. They can just line up under center and do everything themselves. But that's not how football works.
I mean, I'm sure every organization beefs and gripes. I mean, I'm sure they do. I'm not around the other
Yeah,
organization
yeah,
to hear what. So I'm
collectively.
sure they all beef and gripe about things. But like I said, my whole thing is not even a beef and a gripe. Is just what I see in front of my face. I see, um, and one thing I do know, it's not easy to go to a Super Bowl. So let me not say that's
Right,
easy.
right,
It's
right,
damn hard to get to a Super Bowl. It's really, really hard. Okay, I get
right.
that. But when you have this long of a drought with this organization that you say that is the model of an organization, when you say when y'all for yourselves say this is the Dallas Cowboys, we are a model, we are people want to come and play for us, this and that. When you are saying that, then that says to me if they want to keep coming and playing for you and this, then you're winning. That's not happening. So um y'all pumping this out, it's something's got to change, but it's not. And until I see it changing, it's just going to be like, it's just going to be the same old thing, dog. Because they can spend it all they want in the media, but it's just like you telling me something, law. I say, don't lie to me no more, dog. And you're
Yeah,
like, all
right.
right, but you consistently saying little lies, and then when you're saying I'm telling the truth, I mean, ain't nobody gonna believe you. I'm not gonna listen to that no more. You got to prove it. Nobody's trying to hear what you're trying to say no more. You can say, hey, look what I'm doing. I don't care no more. I don't care to hear that any longer. I need to see the proof. And it's
See
not
the
going to be
proof.
one time. I need to consistently see you not lying to me for me to actually start believing you now. And that's what I feel about the Cowboys in my heart. I don't believe y'all. So I'm not listening to that stuff that y'all keep trying to sell me. Okay. I need to see y'all consistently do it. And guess what? You're consistently showing me you're inconsistent. So I can't believe
Consistently
that,
show me that you're inconsistent. I like that one.
and
Yeah.
that's well, I'm not getting hype because y'all make a hype video now. And okay, and I didn't even wasn't mad when they left Dak out of it because you know what? I already see the game. This is what the Cowboys do.
Oh my
This is
goodness.
not like this is we've never seen the Cowboys do something like this. This is
Yeah.
what they do.
Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, you spoken the truth, man. You know, like, come on. You see Moses parting the Red Sea, and you paint the picture and say, "Well, I forgot to put Moses in there, but we put we put everybody else in there." You know what I'm saying? The Last Supper. We painted the Last Supper. Oh, we forgot to double check to see whether or not they painted Jesus in the Last Supper, picture there. But we got the other 11. We got all of those guys in there, So it's just crazy how all of this stuff works out with the Dak Prescott situation. They already know that the brother, whatever the news is, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to be the one to say it, but they already know what they got going on.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, well, like I said, I love looking at young players, and I know you do, Law, and I love looking at
Right.
college guys coming into the league. That's what's always exciting to me, regardless
Mm-hmm.
what team. That's always exciting. It's always to see how I can blend with the Cowboys and team like that. But I'm not falling for the foolery or the fool's gold or any of the interviews or any of the talking or any of that, because talk is cheap now. I
Right.
mean, you've been talking for a long time, and there ain't been no action with it. There ain't been no producing with it. There ain't been nothing with it. You get what I'm saying? We've been mediocre. Okay.
Mm.
We're mediocre. And until we stop being a mediocre team and a mediocre organization, then I mean, well, I ain't even gonna say we because I don't own anything in Dallas, but until Dallas stop being a mediocre organization, nobody's gonna look at Dallas like they did back in the day. They
Yeah.
don't look at Dallas back like they back in the day. They did back in the day, they did, but not no longer. That's
It
just the way
don't.
it is. Teams and like you said, players don't come just beating down Dallas's door now. There are other teams, Rams. There's other teams out there now that's saying I got a better chance to win with them.
Yeah.
And
And then
there's
I
and,
have a
there's and there's
meddling
less
owner.
and there's less dysfunction. I don't got to deal with this owner and crazy stuff. I mean, we are people. I mean, they're people. You don't think they don't think about those things?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, let's keep it real. Some of these guys might sign contracts because they broke. They might want to
Right.
go to a winning organization, but they ain't paying them that bread. So I go play for a different team who may not win, but I got to pay my bills. That's reality too.
Yeah. That's exactly what old boy Barry said. Barry Church. He was like, man, not again. Not again.
And I would have Matt Johnson. He was saying that same thing when he blew out his Achilles. He said, "Hey, oh, okay, yeah, you blew out that Achilles. You need this contract. Here, we're gonna sign you for this." Who else is talking
Yeah.
to you? You blew out your Achilles.
Blood Achilles. And
Who else gonna sign? You was undrafted and you blew out your Achilles. Who else is gonna give you this contract? Take it.
man, that's why I
Is that
wish
real? Is that real?
you speaking of real when we had a Patman on the show. And I
And you see what
apologize,
he
man.
said?
I couldn't get that behind the scene footage because I hit record and it was no audio, Big
Oh, that hurt.
KJ. It hurt me, man, because he was spitting the real behind the scene and he was sitting there like he saw the writing on the wall when they went draft because he was right around the time they drafted Byron Jones. And he was like, well, I don't have a chance. And they hire Anthony Brown too. So I don't have a chance. Let me just go to somebody else. I just how these players view things. Now, was it the right choice and the decision for him? No. But they look at it like, hey, self-preservation. I need to go where I know for sure I'm valued.
And now I'm telling you, I feel like they look at Dallas like it's a maybe. And this is just me speculating, but I just feel like the Joneses feel like it's a privilege to play for Dallas. So it's a privilege what we're giving you. And if you don't take this, so we're the
Yeah.
Cowboys. We're the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. It just feels that way. That just feels like it to me. Like, okay, we made you that. Like I said, Romo, you wasn't nobody until you came to Dallas. They could talk to him like that. So sign this
Hmm.
contract. You ain't nobody. You ain't. We made you. Wasn't
We
nobody
made
talking to
you.
you. Wasn't nobody talking to you. Was undrafted. Wasn't nobody talking to you. So sign this contract and
You
sign this
getting
shit here.
all of these endorsement
Yeah,
deals.
you getting all this
Yeah.
because of Dallas. You feel me? It ain't you. And that's when
Yeah.
Jerry says the Cowboys are bigger as far as the brand. So why can't they view Dak like this is bigger than you, Dak? This is the Dallas. Didn't Jerry Jones say to Jimmy Johnson back in the day? And I know this was a long time ago, but didn't he say I could get 50 other people to coach this damn team?
Man, you right on the money.
Did he not say that?
Yep.
So why couldn't he look at Dak like, man, I get 20 other quarterbacks to coach the damn Dallas Cowboys. This the Cowboys, not the Dak Prescott.
I've been so wrong so far with this
Oh,
Big AJs.
no.
I said, man, they ain't gonna fire Jason Garrett. And then the next day they fired him. I said, man, they ain't gonna fire what's that guy, Mike Nolan. And the
Mm-hmm.
next day they fired him. And I said, man, Dak Prescott, he ain't gonna play on the franchise tag. I did a whole video on him, and I said the reason why he shouldn't play on the franchise tag. What happened if he go down week 4 or something like that, or week 3, and he's just gonna get that one lump sum of money, and he can be hosed for the rest of his life because of because of the injuries, what have you. Lo and behold, this year, this past season, he got
Would
injured.
you have held out?
What if I would have held out?
No, I've said if you were in the situation, Dak, would you have held out?
Yeah, here's what I would have done.
I wouldn't have.
No. This is what I would have done. Set the ultimatum. If
Oh,
I don't have a contract by,
trade me. I'd have
yeah,
gave an ultimatum.
that's what he had. That's what he would have had to done
Yeah.
due to the Joneses. He would have had. Look, D-Law called them their bluff this first time, and I'm not saying what D-Law did was right or wrong because he got more money at the end, but he said, man, I'm not finna look. I played that 1 year off of the franchise tag, but the second year, come on, I'm not gonna get the surgery or what have you. I think that Russell Wilson did the same thing. He said, hey, if I don't have my contract by the 15th, then I'm not playing for this team. Sometimes you gotta play some strong ball. You gotta play some strong ball with these owners, man.
But how isn't Dak playing strong ball saying, I don't care what you're doing. I'm staying. I want a 4-year deal.
I call your bluff.
I'll call you. You feel me?
I got the contract. Look.
So isn't that saying that even though let's look at it like this too, Law. Let's look at it spinning like this. I'm gonna ask your opinion. Maybe Dak is like, we all like, come on, Dak, you need to do this, you need to do that. Come on, dog, they playing you. Maybe Dak is like, hey, I got this. I need to keep this image clean so I can keep my bread. But guess what?
Yeah.
Did you see me change agents? Didn't you see me do that? Okay, did you see this guy say, I want this deal and nothing less? And guess what? We didn't cave. We went on that tag because we said this is a 4-year deal and we ain't doing nothing else. I heard what they said at the last minute. They could have did this in the fax machine.
Lies, man.
That BS crap.
That's what I'm about to say.
I don't believe none of that crap. And then now you come in here and they're still saying we want 4 years. Period. So isn't that Dak saying I ain't budging? I don't care what you tell me. And I went and signed me a deal with Budweiser because guess what? I'm watching my back now. And if a team tries to look out there and get me, I got me deals and they ain't tied to the Cowboys.
Hey, as soon as the league opened up, if they really had that deal on the table that they said that they had on the table last year, right? If they really had that deal on the table, as soon as the NFL new season opened up, breaking news, it would have been already leaked. The Dallas Cowboys signed Dak Prescott to the 4-year deal or the 5-year deal, whatever it may be. We wouldn't even be talking about this. But there goes to show you that whatever deal that they said that they had already agreed upon, but it just ran out of time, billionaires don't make that type of mistake. They billionaires for a reason now.
And you don't make that type of mistake for somebody you love.
Yeah. I mean, and then the NFL, knowing the NFL with their headlines and knowing how much money remuneration they will make if that news broke on that day. Oh, we extended. We will make sure that you guys sent this thing in before a time frame. We would do an extension, right? If you think I'm lying, you look. Big Game James, right now, if you have $500 million and you want to go to the cinema that's in your area, and they said, nah, man, we shut down, we closed for the day. You just walk up to them and say, hey, no, you're not. And you show them, they open up their bag and they say, oh, yeah. Oh, I apologize, Mr. James. Oh, we are open for this day. Would you like some popcorn, by the way? You don't need to wear your mask.
Yeah, you good. You chilling. You know what I mean? And I mean, like I said, and my thing is, if they love Romo, and I believe, Jerry loved Romo like his son, for real, like he did with Jason Garrett. And they didn't give him no deal like that. Yeah, I hear some people say, yeah, he got paid, but so what? They got paid the way they wanted to, right? Now, if they loved him and they still hit him with the long deal, they ain't in love with Dak. You really think they're gonna give him what he wants? and they're
They
not in love with him.
they like Dak.
They like Dak. They're not
They
in love,
love Romo. I
and they
want
didn't-
people to understand that.
they still didn't give him the. They gave him a long deal, and they don't love Dak. They like him. They're going to give him a 4-year deal. How? Where is that? Where do I see them saying? And as I said before, Law, if they say, maybe they're saying too, we're not giving you that 4-year deal, because if we do that, you set up presidents here in Dallas. You're setting up presidents here in Dallas, and we ain't gonna let you send that presidents or that message here that this kind of deals that we gonna do. Because guess what, management does do that, especially in
Mhm.
the NFL. They're like, nah, we ain't doing this deal, because if you do this deal, all these other people gonna start trying to want to get to finesse us for these 4-year deals, and we ain't doing that. So nope.
Yeah. I mean, look, Big Game James.
Mm-hmm.
I want somebody to out debate me on this one. If they really love Dak Prescott, would they take him on a Cabo trip? Would they take him on the family vacation? Can you imagine you see Rain Dakota Prescott with the Joneses? You won't see it. They love Tony Romo and Jason Witten was on a trip to Belize, to Cabo, wherever they went. Y'all can put the actual spot or location they went to. Let me know when you see Dak Prescott on that same trip. I'll wait. Would you ever see Dak Prescott in Cabo, in Belize,
Now with,
overseas
now with the
with the Joneses? No. Hey,
Joneses.
and you already know.
But do you think that's what I'm saying? Listen,
Right.
do you think this is what I'm saying, where it goes to that point, and just in my opinion, where Romo probably came from more, oh, I'm grateful, it came, so you'll hang with somebody who's kissing the ring.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You feel me? You'll hang with somebody who's kissing the ring. Yeah, come on over and on. I love this Romo kid. Get on over here, Romo. I love this kid, because you know what? He's so grateful. Hey, Mr. Jones, thank you. I really
Hmm.
appreciate this contract. I really thank you. I'm not saying it was happening like that, but we all look at Dak like he's this. Hey, Dak don't do this. Dak don't do that. Maybe they don't have that great closeness, and Dak is like, I see how y'all spending me, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. And maybe they're like, we don't like that either. And behind the scenes,
Hmm.
they ain't feeling that. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? Anything can be going on, but there's something that's not going on. I'm sorry, I can't believe that you signed this one man that's just going to destroy the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh man.
And you signing this one man to a deal is wrecking this team. Like, we're wrecked for the next 5 years. They can't sign nobody. That's not true.
It's not true.
It's not
Yeah, I
true.
seen Fanside.
Not
They had a
true.
wonderful article, man.
It's not
Fanside.
true.
Let me see if
So
I can find that Fanside
I,
article
I
I posted.
posted this one guy. I had a Twitter. I posted on my Big Game James, my community page.
Hmm.
He broke down how 4 years and the deal would be and the parameters. I didn't look in it deeply, but when I looked at it, and I was like, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And here's the thing:
Hmm.
if you were signing a Dak Prescott now, right? I mean,
Hmm.
Lamar Jackson is coming up, Josh Allen is coming up. These guys are coming up, so they're gonna trump him immediately. They're
Mm.
gonna trump him immediately, because these guys, they're already talking about extensions for these guys.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? So they're gonna trump him immediately. So why are you gonna wait until they're already talking about extending these dudes? They already, remember, we were talking about don't wait, because they're gonna
Don't wait.
extend Russ. Boom, they extended Russ. Don't wait, because Deshaun Watson gonna want to get his money, and then boom, they waited.
Mm.
Deshaun got his. You know what I'm saying? Don't wait, Josh Allen. And then what happens when they get theirs? That's just saying they is waiting because they ain't wanting to do it.
Mm. People do what they want to do. Hey, I just posted in the comment there how the Cowboys can have $90 million in cap space, and y'all read that article there. It's from the fan side, and it should be on everybody's chat or what have you. And my thing is, you can do it. You can do it. You can always circumvent the salary cap. The
He's getting
thing,
tagged.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. What'd you say?
he's getting tagged.
He getting tagged.
He's getting tagged.
Oh my goodness.
He is getting tagged. Hmm.
What type of tag?
He's
What
getting
you got over
he's
there?
getting the same tag he got before.
Oh, so the none where nobody can really
Really touch him.
touch it. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Shoot,
The exclusive tag, not the non-exclusive.
I'm also I don't know how they do because I don't know if you could do the exclusive and then not exclusive next year, or if you did can do exclusive. But what I do know is what I feel is if they could do it to where okay now I can get some draft picks for it, I really think they'd look into it, dog. Like I really think they would be like, and you know how much Steven loved them draft picks. And already, like I said, when I seen this stuff with the ankle, I said, "Yep, there it is. There's the out.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
is the out. You threw it in the media. There is the out, and now it's being pressed. First, it came out law. Oh,
Hmm.
he had cleanup procedure. Nothing's wrong. Everything's great.
Right.
Nothing. Don't worry about. Now, all of a sudden, a week later, law. Now it's we're hearing stuff about the ankle that it may never be the same.
Mm.
So now everybody out there in Cowboys land is like, nah, don't sign him to that money. If I was thinking about signing him, why would we sign a dude with damaged goods? That don't make no sense. See how you're putting it out there. He damaged goods. He's damaged the goods. He's damaged goods. Don't do that. You feel me? Don't make
Yeah.
that signing. My thing is, I don't know why y'all throwing out there because y'all signed damaged goods dudes. Y'all
All the
draft
time.
damaged goods people. Y'all
All the
draft
time.
injury prone players.
Mm. There was a certain
Now all of
interview.
a sudden you bringing
Yeah.
out injuries and
Oh my goodness.
recoveries.
You know what? You know what I'm thinking though, Big Gabe James. There was an interview, and I need to see if I can find it. It was C.D. Lamb. It was an interview with him, and I forgot the lady that he was talking to. It was on one of my videos. And C.D. Lamb actually was the first one to say, yeah, Dak Prescott had the second surgery, and he caught himself. And he said that Dak Prescott is walking around. He's pretty good, and he's doing everything well. Remember, the second surgery already happened weeks and weeks ago. So I don't know who to believe because I just think that Dak Prescott, regardless of the situation,
I
he is
don't
a
believe
workout
it.
warrior.
I don't believe it. I don't believe this is a situation because guess what? I saw Gordon Hayward from the
Mm-hmm.
Boston Celtics when he switched over from the Utah Jazz in his first game with Boston, go up on the
Right,
alley
right.
oop and land on that ankle, and it looked just like Dak's.
Mm-hmm. Oh
And
yeah,
I first thing I thought was he's never playing again because it was the way it looked and it was nasty. Is Gordon Hayward playing again? He's balling.
balling.
Gordon Hayward's balling. It took a little bit, but
Yeah.
guess what? He's balling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear anybody saying Gordon Hayward, man. He just ain't the same since that ankle injury. I ain't heard nobody saying that. Did Gordon Hayward leave that team after? Did he leave Boston with that ankle all wrecked? Supposedly, did he just go to the Hornets and get paid
Ching.
with that messed up ankle that looked just like Dak's?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, and then Bone, it was a clean break for those who out there who was wondering. And the first initial report, there was no structural damage, no nerve damage. Now all of a sudden, see, that's my only thing is with these Joneses, man. I just can't trust them, man. They just like to let this stuff leak
Why
because,
would you trust him? What did they give you to trust him?
oh my goodness, man. Well, you know how it goes, man.
I
It's,
feel
it's
you.
you
I
know.
got that love hate. It's that love hate type thing. I get
Love
you,
hate, man. It's
but
like they give you all of the information. I'm mad, but I'm happy at the same time because this is a team, Big Game James. When we talk about like versus love, oh, I love this team. You know, I love this team. I fell in love with this team before Jerry Jones bought the team, right?
exactly.
So it's hard for me. I was angry and upset when the great coach was gone, right? But then, you know, when the new
I
coach
got
came
over it.
in, you know, we got
I got
over it. We're like, yeah,
Cowboys. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like it. I mean,
right.
how it was done because I watched Tom Landry. I watched him for a long time, and I love Tom Landry. But I also
Right.
said this is the Cowboys, and that's my team. And you got another coach. I'm not gonna just not stop liking the team because they got rid of that coach. I like the Cowboys
Hmm.
before that. So
Right.
you know what I mean, that's not gonna change anything. But I definitely don't like how ownership does it. I love my
Hmm.
Cowboys, but I don't like the ownership. And people can say, "Oh, well, you should be glad Jerry ain't this." There's a lot of other owners doing. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
talk about the Grant brand, but as a fan,
It's
it's
rough.
mediocre.
Yeah.
and we're supposed to. He shouldn't be happy with that. He shouldn't be happy with the mediocre. Should nobody in that organization be looking at that organization? They should be looking like, man, we've been mediocre for a long time. And I'm asking myself, do they look at themselves like we're mediocre? And if maybe they're blind and don't see it, and that's why we still have these same things that happening. Because when somebody's alcoholic, they don't see it, right? You're alcoholic,
right.
I'm good, dog. I only took a couple drinks today. Okay,
Yeah.
you doing?
What you got in the cup now? A little bit more juice.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You telling them I'm good, dog. I'm good. They don't see it. They think we good. We good. We good. We still Dallas. Everybody still got dollars in their mouth, or we still tops and everything. We making money. We good. We still competitive. We good. You wouldn't feel good as an owner if you wasn't making no money, would you?
Oh no, it wouldn't feel
Making
good at all.
money, you still making money though as an owner because you came in as a businessman. You bought this as a businessman, not a football guy, did you?
No way.
So it's always business first, isn't it?
Nothing personal. This is business. Man, big game.
Yeah, and Rue Block said like nurture. I seen those get their legs. His was bad. He landed on his. I seen when he got off a rebound, his stuff just crumbled and broke in half. I've seen it happen. Guys breaking in half and they come back and they're playing. So stop with this is an incurable Dak. He's not gonna get a long-term deal anywhere. That's what 105 is saying. All that money. He's not gonna get a deal anywhere now because of that ankle. Come on, man, for real. Really?
Oh my goodness, man! Shout out to you, Heavy Clips, man. Oh my goodness, man. Well, well. Let me know if who's a key component of that station, and shout out to 105.3 the fan.
Yeah, shout out.
We love them,
It's what was said on air. I'm not dogging them. This is what was said on air. This is what they were saying. Like, this is what you're hearing, and I'm seeing it all on Twitter. Like, man, whatever, dog. And I'm not bashing them, but the guy is saying that this is not going to be the same. I mean, you're like, really? Everybody said it was just good last week. Now we're hearing it ain't. Now it's not going to be good. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, man. Whereas we know we can see the writing on the wall, right? And we see how the narrative can be created out of thin air, and it can be shaken and pressed together and thrown out there, and then we sit there and say we debate amongst ourselves, and then everybody would look back at it and say, "Damn, we were right all along," But it's just how it goes, man. Look, everybody that got paid for the Cowboys organization allowed the fan base to sully and denigrate them. Outside of Lyle Collins, Jalen Smith, and all of the offensive linemen. And Anthony Brown, he just got paid in the midnight sometime. And everybody else.
Why? Because he probably maybe came in like, thank you.
Because
I got hurt. And think how they did it, though.
Yeah.
Look how they did it. They paid him that money, right? But guess what? What happened with Anthony Brown? Was he hurt?
Yeah.
He was hurt in his contract year. He was hurt. So
they did the Barry Church to him.
Who's offering you anything? Take this deal. That's why they take this deal, because it's gonna be cheap and you hurt. So who else gonna offer you anything? Go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
But I really believe the Cowboys, in my opinion, they think this is the Cowboys and it's a privilege to play for us. So if you act any old kind of way like you ain't respecting what we doing for you, bye.
Yeah.
That's the way. So here's what it is, dog. I ain't gonna hold you up, man. I had a great little talk, man, about this. I had to get this stuff off.
Man, we need this, man.
Off my chest with this Prescott thing, because I basically didn't want to talk about it any longer. But I just don't like how this is coming out in the media, spinning it. But I guess this is just how it happens in business. I guess this is just what happens, man. It shouldn't.
And my frustration, Big A Drain, you can tell my frustration because, when I get mad, I get mad. I bang the stuff around. And I get mad at the labels, Big A Drain. I get mad at it because of course, I know people going to say, well, oh boy, he got him a Super Bowl ring. He got a right. he have a right to go 7-9, 7-9, 7-9, 3 years consecutive, and not get tagged the 7-9, 7-9 team. But people fail to realize we had Jason Garrett for all of those years, and I was thinking like, man, if we had a legitimate coach to coach up Tony Romo, right? I fought for Tony Romo to do his deal out there, and I
Mhm.
got in fisticuffs. Even my brother will admit it. You know, he said, "Man, dog, man, man." He came in. He came into my room on the wrong day when we lost a game, right? I think we lost to the Browns or something. I was pissed off that day. He came in. How about the Cowboys? I said, "Mother, man, it was some moving of the furniture around." But neither here nor there. I I fought and I lived through that era. Now, for me to see the same thing happening with Dak Prescott, that is what makes me angry, and that's what makes me upset. Because Big Game James, do you remember the Vinny Testaverde days, the Tony Banks, the Ronnie Cunningham? You know, do you remember those days?
Mhm.
Chad Hutchison and whoever the guy name was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember all of them.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah,
mean, like I said, man, we'll see.
yeah.
Like I said, I'm waiting for this draft, okay, because this deal
Yeah.
I don't believe is going to be done before then. So I'm just going to be staring at that 10th pick, and if we see that quarterback come early, buddy, you already know
Mm.
what it is.
You
So
already know.
start looking at
Uh,
quarterbacks. Law.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Start
Already.
evaluating QBs.
Will do, man. Hey, my dog, Heavy Clips, appreciate you for making the donation, man. Jerry wants to draft his grandson, Law. Funny, but probably true. Hey, y'all doing a great job. Keep up the work. This is from Heavy Clips with the K.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you,
Appreciate
man.
you. Man, hey, we just trying to, spit the truth as we know it, at least as we try to say it. And like you said, that's why we, Law, like I said, that's why we bring the Cowboys people, the guys that are in the media, the Cowboys players, because we just want to make sure we get it helps me because it's opened the
Right.
door to heartbeat before I could see the team and understand
Hmm.
what really goes on. So that's why we like bringing that because it's not just showing the Cowboys at face value for what you see on TV. We want to bring all the nitty gritty. So not to bash anything, but for you to see all truths from all sides, so you just don't be blinded and see one thing one way.
Yeah, and James, I want to let people know, and you met me several times. I'm a passionate brother. You know, I do know that a lot of people think of it like, oh man, he's irate, he's angry, he's upset, he's flipping things over. But I'm passionate, and how you guys hear me now is how I speak in person. So that's just how it goes. At the right big game.
Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
just it is. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna always have passion for my team, but all that
Right.
hooping and hollering, I'm chilling.
You
Y'all,
chilling, yeah.
I told you this is we'll see. 2021 and beyond, we'll see. I'm not falling. Wasn't falling before with Garrett. You know what I'm saying? But I tried with McCarthy and we
Hmm.
fell flat on our face. I was like, all right, dog. Yeah, that little bit of the let's go. Just like nah, I'm watching. Let me
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Old boy is asking you where your channel is. Eric Mack. He said, "What is the James channel name?" You can let him know where to find and follow you and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah,
No
you
money.
can check me out on Silver and Blue Nation. Just type in silver with the and symbol, Blue Nation. You can type it in. It'll come. Should come right up on YouTube. You can
Right.
check me out on the YouTube. You can check me out on Facebook. I got my Big Game James page where I'm heavily active on that page. And, just try to do a lot of news on that page. Try to keep up with the Cowboys news and interjecting. We do shows on there too. And if you want to follow on Twitter, it's at Yates James YAITES. Do the Twitter game too, but really going hard on YouTube. So if you like to follow me, that'd be great. That'd be dope. And just trying to have fun. We got on the hype. We can talk about this right quick. We got the late night hype. We got Mario Edwards coming in Tuesday. I'm really
Hmm.
excited about that one because Mario was on the team when Dave Campo was there, but they had a top defense there.
They did.
Oh
Yeah.
01, oh 02, they were in the top five, and he was his uh, not his first year, but his 3 years after that, he was a starter,
He
and
was.
Edwards was good. I mean, Edwards was. I mean, he led the team in pass defense his first year starting at 11, and with 4 career interceptions, had the one return for a touchdown. He was nice, and they had a even though their team wasn't good offensively, we had a nice defense. They fought, and they fought every game. His son playing in the NFL with Chicago. He was a director of player personnel with Florida State for about 9 years, and then he was the on-field defensive coach the last 2 years. And I believe he's a secondary coach right now, coaching. So, man, I'm really excited just to pick his brain. You know what I'm saying? Especially we've been getting a lot of secondary guys, and that's a spot that we need. So, I love to get those guys in there and talk about like a Diggs if they're watching the games and tell us, what are you seeing? What do we see that maybe we ain't, the average person ain't seeing? Tell us. That's why, what I'm saying, we like bringing them on, Law, so they can give us that insight that, we may not know. And it's like, oh, I never saw that. So I'm going to look at this when this tape comes up.
Yeah, yeah. And Mario, he will bring in a DB's perspective to the late night hype on Tuesday night. So y'all tune in, and what we will do, I think, on our respective page, we'll try to have a Q&A. Well, not a Q&A, but y'all leave comments of what y'all would like to know from Mario. Maybe we can have Sky to pull some of those comments so that we can submit it over to him, and he will be able to read the comments too when we live, so that everybody can get on the same page. Remember, football at the end of the day is a game. It's a sport, but it's a game. It's just a game, right?
Yeah, it's
so
just a
we passionate about it, but at the end of the day, these guys making millions and millions of dollars, and it's just what it is. But appreciate you, Big Game James.
I appreciate you as well, big dog. And once again, happy birthday to you. I know it was your month
Appreciate
today. So, what I'm saying, happy birthday to you, big dog. It's always good to see another one coming from you. You know what I mean? And let's just continue to keep this grind popping. You know what I'm saying? Popping these videos all out. Make sure you keep on checking out Law and our videos, tape, and check out the players maybe we like or you want to show. And go support everybody out there. But we appreciate everybody that was in the feed today, on Law, my page, the subs, the donations, everything. We always just want to make sure we always tell you we love you guys and we appreciate us, because you know what I say about this, Law, before I get off here, I'm always grateful because people don't gotta listen to you.
No, they don't have to. They don't have
You
to.
feel me, Law?
They don't have to.
They
Right.
don't gotta listen to you at all. They be like, "You whack as hell. I ain't listening to that dude." So the fact that what I'm saying, that's always grateful that people ain't gotta listen to you, and the fact that y'all stay tuned in. It's midnight out here, and y'all stay tuned in. We've been doing shows be 2, 3 in the morning and be thick, and that's dope. So I just
Right.
always want to make sure I tell all the people that it's always respected on my end and Law's end, and we're always appreciative of the support.
Yes, indeed. Let's go. Y'all do some specials for y'all ladies. Appreciate
Yeah, man.
everybody for watching, man. Y'all hit that like button, share this thing. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. We out. There's no outro and there was no intro, so we just gonna leave. Let's go. Salute.
Salute.